In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to defeat a person with full enchanted netherite armor. And in this, I'll be showing you guys how to defeat them using only iron armor, and I have 4 ways of doing so. And only a really small percentage of you guys are actually subscribed, so please go subscribe right now. It helps out the channel a lot, and let's get into it. So starting off, you may notice that I put on some shaders. I'm trying to do that to make the video look better for you guys, but if you don't like the change, comment it down below and I will change it. So now that we just got the armor, let's hit the button and find out what we have to do. And the first way is using beds. Now, as you can see, I have the crafting recipe right here. It's pretty simple to make a bed, or of course you can loot a village just like the one I'm in. And you should also bring a couple of blocks, but it's not that much. So in this video, I sadly do not have a person to record with, so I will be doing the examples on myself. So obviously, beds explode in the nether when you use them. So what you're going to want to do is probably not be in this biome, because if the person has fully enchanted netherite, they would obviously get soul speed, it would be much faster and be able to dodge the bed explosion and kill you even faster. So you want a biome just like so, and you could do this over a ledge so that they take fall damage too, or even over a lava lake to make it even do more damage. Now what you would want to do is place a bed just like this, place a block just like so, and then so that when you activate the bed, as you saw, we took no damage and we only have iron armor on. Now let's face a head-on explosion with all the netherite gear. So we place the bed down, we get fairly close to it, and explode. And as you can see, that did 4.5 parts of damage. Now that's pretty close, that's like 1.5 blocks away, and it does some fire damage. Obviously you can stack that on with the fall damage if you do this on like a ledge or a floating island, but be aware they also have feather falling, so they won't take as much damage as you normally would. Now if you get them to take a direct hit, this is how much damage it would actually do. As you can see, I took 6.5 hearts of damage just from one direct hit. Now it could be right next to the bed, or either they're on top of the bed, but either way, that does a lot of damage, almost killing them. So you could easily try to kill them with your sword then, and knock them out by fall damage, dropping them into lava, or coming in with another bed or a harming potion to finish the job. And there will be other items that you can make this even better with by hitting them with this and then using the other item to finish them off. Also, while we're in the nether, I want to give an honorable mention to this technique, which could be either knocking them off or spleefing them into some sort of lava pit. Now let's pretend we fall in the lava pit, just like so. And as you can see, with full netherite, we're really not taking any damage, and we could easily escape this. So it'll give you some time to run or think of a better plan, but obviously they will not die from just falling into lava. So when you're fighting them, only use this as a distraction to get a lot more time, or hit them with projectiles while they're in the lava, because this will not be a certain way of killing them. Now for our next one, and as you can see when we open this up, we get a crossbow. Now this crossbow has obviously the special fireworks. So on this crossbow it has multi-shot, quick charge, and unbreaking. And as you can see, when you shoot it, just like so, it'll fire off 3 fireworks that have special effects on them to do a lot more damage. Now this can do a lot and hit more of the time since it obviously has multi-shot. Now I would recommend filling your inventory up with these, or using a bed before to actually deal a lot of damage to them, and then finishing them off with a crossbow. Now as you can see, if I do a direct hit to myself with all 3 arrows, this is how much damage I will be doing to myself. As you can see, I did 1 heart, and it goes normally 1 heart to 1.5 hearts. This is really effective because it does a guaranteed 1 heart to them, and the fact that it's a projectile. So you could constantly be using this and doing this from very far away and still doing a significant amount of damage on them. Now this obviously should be used more as a combo instead of just a solid killing, but this is obviously really effective since you only have to hit them 10 times to actually kill them. And if you hit all 3, you have a chance of getting 2 or 1.5 hearts on them. And while you're shooting them, you can use this kinda as a flashbang to actually make them distracted because of all the shining colors that are immediately in their face when they get shot. So overall, the crossbow is really good as a support and getting their health really low. Now obviously if you have your inventory filled up with these and keep on spamming them, you can get a solid kill on them easily with this. And if you need to know how to craft these, I craft these in my previous videos, so go watch them. And I show you guys how to counter these if these are being used against you. And now we're on to the next one. And as you can see, the next one is actually entity cramming. Now this one is more of a trap than the actual weapons that we have been seeing. And over here you can actually see the minimum amount of minecarts that you need is actually 24 to crush them. But I would recommend at least 18 more, making it 42, just because they can easily break the minecarts if they have an axe, which most people actually do. And I tested it out, so on average I only break 18 minecarts before I die. So I'd recommend getting 42 or more to do this trap. So you would want 42 minecarts, and the 8 obsidian is optional, but it is helpful. So over here, as you can see, I set up a little trap just like this. Now it can obviously be very different, like using what Dream did in his manhunt video, but this is the way I did this. Now obviously, as you can see, like pretend the door was closed, you wouldn't really be able to tell just by doing this. So if you ran into the house, broke the block that's there, and just hid like upstairs or something, they would walk through, they would fall in, realize they're dying, and try to break all the minecarts. Now as you can see, it's getting pretty hard to do so. Now if they're on full saturation, they can obviously survive a bit longer, but eventually they'll get squished if you have enough minecarts. But this trap is very effective with killing people that are wearing a full enchanted gear, since this doesn't care about it. Now for our last one, it's actually this. Now this might look really weird, but this is basically them falling into the void. Now you only could really possibly want or need an ender pearl right here, as you could use a special trick on them to actually knock them into the void. So there is actually 2 ways of doing this one. Now the first one here is obvious, actually going into the end and knocking them into the void. Now the reason you would want an ender pearl is that you could do the thing that Dream did. He just did this, ender pearl back up and hit them off. So you could try to do that for an easy hit off, but the real problem with this is that it can easily be countered with an elytra. And I guarantee if they have a full enchanted netherite that they will have an elytra, unless you're on the Dream SMP, then maybe not. This method also doesn't give you their armor, since they will die in the void, and all the gear will fall simply into the void. Now for the second way, not much people actually know about this, but you can actually do the same thing in the overworld. Now I set up a little thing here, just to make it not that obvious, but obviously you can do much better than this. I'm just showing you a quick and easy example. And as you can see, this hole falls all the way into the void. Now you might think this is only possible in creative mode, but you can actually use one of the machines that allow you to break holes in the nether roof to break this hole right here. But obviously you would want to try to find a hole that's not surrounded by all this bedrock, and you can easily break into the void of the overworld. Now why this is really effective is you could do something like this. They will obviously not be prepared for it, fall down. You would want to make this closer to the ground though, so that they don't have much time to react. And when they fall through, you could be standing right here and block the hole up. And the only way they would be able to get up is if they have an elytra and the slow falling potion, and that might give them enough time to actually break this block and fly back up. But obviously not much people have that, and they would probably end up dying instead. So that's what makes this one really effective, but once again, you will not get the loot. But that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you want changes to the shaders, or you just don't like the shaders at all, please comment down below. I would really like to know your opinion. I don't want to use too heavy shaders, so that's why I'm kind of trying to balance the settings to make it look a lot more like Minecraft instead of some hyper-realistic version of it. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all you guys' support. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this video helped you out, and I make a ton more videos like this. Watch the video up on the end screen right now. Also, peace out.